vaccine exemption. So I'm gonna have to submit this too. And now they're gonna have that in your file. All this guy's against us.
And then they just recently, verified if you have the vaccine or not. But you could say, prefer not to say.
That's good. And why are they asking you anyways? That's none of your damn business. Okay, so even the Pentagon is getting excited about this. Look at Pentagon releases religious exemption guidelines for bypassing mandatory vaccine. That's because it's getting heck. They're catching hell from the soldiers themselves because they're hiring lawyers from the JAG. This is a military lawyer, and they're getting fucking. They're having fights and battles. See, rumors of wars and all kinds of bullshit.
This beast is like an animal. He don't know right from wrong.
That's why they call him a beast. That's why they don't call him a beast.
He don't know right from wrong. He don't know.
He's just a fucking filthy animal.
It's like if an animal don't know shitting in the house, if you don't teach him, But this devil can't be taught.
Man, and who knows? Maybe by December, they'll make it a law where you have to get vaccinated, and shit'll really get intense. And then people will have to quit their jobs.
Yeah, because the winter's coming up, and like Skipper say, pray
our flight is not in the winter.
Yeah. And the winter coming up, it's a perfect opportunity for this devil, to go hard,
Perfect, because you're gonna have to need money for your so-called Christmas presents. That's a good time to do it.
Probably gonna lie and say, there's more sickness now, so.
Yeah, because right now there's two variants. The Delta, and I don't know what other fucking kind they said.
What the heck kind of virus is called a Delta? That sounds like an operation.
So
right?
if you look at the Greek alphabet, there's Alpha, Beta, and Delta.
Right.
So A, B, C.
And those are the words you hear from the military.
Yeah, it's a plan. But who cares? And you know what?
And then COVID backwards is DVOC. And a brother, he went into that, I don't know, but just look up COVID backwards, DVOC.
Let's do it right now.
And he said, that word is like, it's the beast, putting out that DVOC, and that DVOC is like a divide, because divide, it comes from that DIV, that's like a dividing, and then the VOC is like a mocking or something, or like
yeah, so I guess the VOC,
I forgot what he said.
because I showed him this. It backwards means possession by an evil spirit in Hebrew.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So, yeah. So that's an evil spirit right there.
And you know what? That's the damn truth. That's the bottom line, because all those people that got the shot, all of a sudden they act fucking nasty to me, man. It makes me hate my fucking job. Those are those evil spirits. Like people that used to be nice to me, they fucking all of a sudden flip on me and yell at me.
If you're not moving with them,
you're moving against them. And it's all because I didn't get the vaccine. Why is that even?
You're the bad guy.
Why is that even a conversation? And you know what? It's not like like I can go in there and say to myself, okay, you're not gonna talk to nobody today. I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do. See, He's showing me that these people are flipping out, bugging out, because right here, the D-Box.
Yeah, they're all gathering together and pointing their finger at us.
And we're gonna go a step further and try to look that shit up. The word D-Box over there.
Because like on Scarface, right? He said you need people like me, so you could point your fucking fingers and say that's him, and that's what you guys are all doing, okay, we're all getting vaccinated. We're all, we're all on the same page now. But this guy over here is not vaccinated. Let's point our fingers at him.
So that word possessed, because we know what evil is right.
But they say, oh, the shot is safe. Safe and secure.
It must be Yiddish or something. Because you got rock is possessed. You got rock, rye would be possessed. Or you got rock, shal, rye would be possessed by evil or of evil. But that's alright, man.
You being possessed if you get that shot. Because that also changes your thinking for the Lord.
It does. It does.
It changes your faith.
Let's look at it.
Because you take that shot and now how you gonna feel? You're gonna feel shameful.
See, there's rye. That's evil, right? And that causes all the evil to come upon you.
And that's that plague that the angel is moving.
Yadash, possess. To seize, dispossess, take possession of, inherit, disinherit, impoverish, beat, and inherit. That's good that the brother brought that up.
Because that's what the angel's doing. It's like moving like a cloud, like a dark cloud,
And if you think about it, really, the 7 angels, 7 is just a complete number for the Lord, and we're angels because we're just keep moving around. Like I couldn't stay still. I had to get up and go take a walk. And then let's go back to this. It says Devok. Now we're gonna look at what is Devok.
I think it was Salaki. He said to look it up, the Devok in Hebrew. That's where he said it's at. And he said it's a evil spirit. Because if like how they play records backwards and it sounds evil, well that's the same thing that's right here. When we put something backwards, it's always something evil.
And I was not letting me do it. So it's probably right. No, he is right.
Because you said it's like a dividing.
Yeah, because the device is how you divide things. Let's see.
Or two, device. He's using the devices.
All right. It says 91 Devok meaning in Hebrew. The meaning of name Devok, possession of a malevolent soul, and is of Hebrew start. Devok suggests in Latin, discrete, upset, segment, tear away, open, isolated, obliterated into. Man.
See, there ain't nothing good about that word backwards, And it's Devok 1-9 too. Instead of
9-1.
9-1. Oh, 9-1.
Because everything's backwards.
Yeah. 9-1 Devok.
And there's a number, I guess, to how we cast lots or spirits, or I don't know how you say it, because they roll a dice or whatever and they have magic numbers.
Yeah, that's all witchcraft, and they show you that, they show you that witchcraft in movies, like that movie Harry Potter, you know, in order to do all those spells that he did in that movie, he had to search through books and books of witchcraft. They didn't make that shit up, you know, because there's a spell book of all the spells that was in the book in the movie. You know? And you gotta do some shit to do those spells, you know.
You gotta drink his blood or do some nasty shit.
You gotta collect, try and collect people's like hair and shit, like, you know. Hey, that's some like voodoo shit or.
See, so I was right. It was Yiddish. It's the Yabawak, or the Bak, because it says in Jewish mythology, Buk Yiddish would be the Bak, meaning that here or clean is a malicious possession. You see that picture?
And that's malicious, meaning like evil.
Bad, right?
Yeah.
Supposed to leave the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being exercised. But this evil spirit is the shot, right? It's not going to get exercised because you're going to take what? The booster, double booster, the triple booster.
It's gonna leave. It's gonna leave, but it's gonna leave his mark on you, and then he's gonna go and then make his mark onto another. You know?
That's why they fight with me, because I fuck that shit. I'd rather eat a Whopper. You know, take the vaccine now, just go get a Whopper. It's not healthy for you. It's gonna be tastier.
If you're following the other commandments in the Bible, like not eating pork, well, why not follow, this commandment too? Not to take the.
So it's gonna lead to a lot of people waking up. They're gonna want answers. All right, so there we're done. We're done with that. Oh, I was done. We go into your lesson.
Because it was kind of like going into like fighting for your blessing, and I'm talking about the blessing that was given to Jacob, Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that's the blessing we have to fight for, and that's why right now we're wrestling, fighting with all this wickedness, but you want to go to Genesis 32 and 3?
Genesis 32 and 3. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom.
So this is the time when Jacob and Esau, they were going to meet, they were going to meet, but Jacob, he sent messengers in front of him so that he could let Esau know that he was coming. So read verse 6.
And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cometh to meet thee, and 400 men with him.
So when Jacob sent those messengers came back and said that Esau was bringing 400 men, So either he was going to have a party or he was coming for war, because you don't just bring 400, people with you, because Jacob, he had a lot of possessions already, And read verse 11.
Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau. For I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children.
So Jacob, he was praying, he was praying that Esau doesn't, try to do something to him. Just like now, Esau is always trying to hurt Jacob, So go to read 11 again.
Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children.
Right, so Jacob was praying to the Most High that Esau doesn't, hurt him, because he said, "Deliver me from Esau." You know? So if Esau would have did something to Jacob right then and there, there would have been no Israelites. So that's why he was praying, "Deliver me from from what's about to happen." So read verse 13.
And he lodged there the same night, and took up that which came to his hand, a present for Esau his brother.
So Jacob, he even was giving presents, to Esau, his brother, because he loved his brother. At one point he loved his brother. And he even kissed his brother.
But then when Isaac died, Esau said, "When the days of my father's mourning are done, I'm going to slay my brother."
Yeah. And we love you, Esau, but you messed up.
And now love don't mean a thing. So I'm going to read 14 and 15 just to show you how much Jacob did. 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams. See, so right there is he gave him 200 female goats and 20 he-goats.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So if you break that up,
Shoot.
200, you got 10, or you put 10 with each one. Let's say you divide it 200 by 20. That means that each one gets 10, right? So you got 200, and then you can create more goats. It doesn't take that many male goats to female goats.
Yeah, he was giving them a whole farm.
200 ewes and 20 rams. That's 440 cattle, or livestock, I should say. 440.
That's 440 animals.
You
right
can
there.
feed your whole army with that.
Yeah.
30 milk camels with their colts, 40 kine and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses and 10 foals.
That's plus.
That's riches.
Plus,
That's riches.
that's plus 100 more.
Mhm.
So he was saying, look, I got. If it was today, we'd be like, look, I got this Escalade for you.
Yeah.
But he was, he was being smart, because what he did was he sent messengers in rows, because the first row he would tell Esau that Jacob's behind us. Then the second row he would say the same thing, all the way until it got back to Jacob, so that Esau wouldn't be like mad,
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18.
This is Genesis 32 and 18. Then thou shalt say, they be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us.
So that's what Jacob told his messengers to tell Esau, so that he wouldn't be mad. Instead of just, meeting up, instead of Jacob meeting Esau right away, Jacob was being smart about it. He was trying to let off some heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can go to verse 22.
And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons and passed over the ford Jabbok.
So he told his family, you know, to go across the river, and he's gonna stay by himself, you know, because he didn't want his family to get hurt. Go ahead.
Then he took them and sent them over the brook and sent over that he had.
So he didn't even have his possessions. He didn't have nothing.
And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day.
So, right here, you know, he was alone, but then suddenly, you know, a man started wrestling him. You know.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of the joint as he wrestled him.
So Jacob was wrestling this man all night until the sun was, you know, coming up. So, and the man was like, "Damn, this guy won't give up," you know. So I'm gonna have to
Break his hip.
yeah, I'm gonna have to pull his hip out of place, or knock his hip out of place, you know, because when you look up when it says hollow, it says the palm of the hand. So it must have been like a hit, you know, like you seen kickboxer.
It was like this. See how I'm standing like this? So he pulled back the shoulder. Remember I showed you? Pulled back the shoulder and went pow.
Yep, like that.
He went pooh.
Cause on
Like
kick,
right here. Oh, and that shit just.
on Bloodsport, he hits a brick like that, boom, and he hits the bottom brick.
And a Christian teacher, martial arts teacher, showed me that he teaches at that school there by Seymour. He's like,
Oh yeah.
if you have a bigger guy, and this for a bigger guy, break him down like this. Boom.
Damn. Yep. So go to the next verse.
Let's see where we're at. 22, 23, 24.
26.
And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me.
So Jacob, he didn't wanna let that man go, you know, because he knew that man had the blessing, you know, because we're gonna go into it. That man had the blessing. He was able to bless Jacob, that man, you know, and he was still going at it with his hip out of place, you know, and that goes to show you how strong the Israelites are, you know, because of the father. You know, the father's strong, you know.
Breaking your back all the damn time. Or let me see. It says Hosea 12. This is Hosea 12 and 4. Ye had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us.
So right there, it's letting you know that man was an angel, you know. But
He was fighting with the angel.
Yeah.
And then
but
the angel
these Christians, the Christian doctrine, say that he fought with God. You see?
How are you gonna fight with God when Moses couldn't even see his face?
That's right.
You stupid motherfucker. Well, because the word God is not properly translated to them.
Yeah. They don't know any better.
It's angels, Elohim.
Yeah. So that man, why do you think Jacob told that man, "I'll not let you go unless you bless me"? You know.
And they're so primitive too, because how are you gonna fight a regular fight with God who can shoot lasers out of his eyes and hold space and time?
Yeah. Your ass would have been dead.
And that shows you that we were a lot stronger back then. Now we'll get smashed. shit, you twist your ankle, you're done.
Yeah. And I just smashed my toe at work last night, and it was making me think about, you know, this lesson, because Jacob, you know, messed up himself, and he still had to, you know, go through it all night, you know. But we want that blessing. So read 26 and 27.
And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? He said, Jacob.
So he told, the reason why he asked him, because he was about to change his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And verse 28 says, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God.
Yep. So we have the power with the Most High.
Mm-hmm. Elohim right there.
But keep going.
And with men and has prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there.
So he changed his name to Israel, because Israel means a prince of God.
Yeshua.
And we're the closest thing to God, you know, to the Most High. We're the closest that you can get. You know, that's why, you know, it said the Prince of God. And now just read verse 30.
And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved.
So right here is where they say, oh, that he's seen God face to face, right? But what he's doing here, he's just using a figure of speech. You know, just like if I say, okay, I seen death face to face, you know, does that mean I'm dead? No, that just means I had an experience with death, you know.
You could have just been close to an accident.
Yeah.
Like, no, somebody was coming this way off.
The spirit of death was around me, you know, is what I'm trying to say. So the spirit of the Most High was around Jacob. That's why he said, I seen the Most High face to face. Because let's go to Psalm 67 and 1. And it's going to cut that right up. You can't see God.
67 and 1?
67 and 1.
Alright. To the chief musician on Neginoth, a psalm or song. God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Salah.
So it said, and cause his face to shine upon us. So it's not that you're face to face with him, it's just that his face is shining upon us. You see, and that's how we say, oh, we seen God face to face. It's just because we seen his light. You know, his light is shining on us. We can see it. We see him, you know. That's how we see him. But these Christians will say, oh man, God came down in the form of a man. Well, hold on. It said a man wrestled him. So is it a man or is it God? You know, which one is it? You know, because when you go back to Genesis 32 and 1, right?
It says, and Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him.
So there it is. Jacob went on his way, and the angels of the Most High came to meet him. And they never left. You know, in the next verse, they never left him. So that man, angel, you know, was in that man, you know, that wrestled him all night, you know. And if it wasn't for, you know, him wrestling who knows what would happen if, you know, he probably would have tried to meet up Esau or something, you know? So,
Probably would have got killed.
yeah. So that was like the basic, you know, lesson is that we struggling, we wrestling for our blessing right now, while Esau's trying to come to kill us, you know?
Yeah, because while you're wrestling for your blessing, you're wrestling against the person who had the blessing.
He was supposed to get the blessing.
Yeah, that's why he hates us.
But he don't want to fight for his blessing.
Mm-mm.
He said this blessing ain't nothing.
He gave it away for food.
You know, yup. For a piece of bread, or a piece of basmati, a piece of.
Food, lentil soup.
Mm-hmm. So with that, you got anything else? So with that, we hope to everyone. All praise and glory to
Yeah,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahushua,
Hashem,
Makapadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone camp, for teaching us truth to the Bible. Peace and blessing to the hopeful that scattered around the world. Shalom.
So